Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins discussion video, the series preview versus Milwaukee. It's going to be a tough series, I'll tell you that right now, but let's start at the beginning. Remember when I said May was going to be the toughest month of the year? I honestly think so. We started out with Houston and then New York, and it didn't get easier when we had to go to the Angels and go to Seattle. Obviously, we did well there. But now, at the end of May, we get Milwaukee. We get at Tampa Bay, we get at Cleveland, and we get at Detroit going into June as well. The Cleveland and Detroit series are in June, but this is the toughest, 4-game series of the year. 4-team series, I guess I should say. 3 road trips, or 3 teams on the road, very tough. Milwaukee, like I said, at home is not going to be any easier. It's not really a home game for them, but in the border battle, very close to each other, right across the border. That's why they call it the border battle. So they're going to have some fans there. They're a good team. It's going to be a fun couple of games. But I'll just throw my prediction out there right now. I think we're going to split. Now, granted, I will tell you how we can sweep them. I just hope we don't get swept. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be tough to sweep them. It's going to be tough to get swept, I think, as well. But a sweep, it's I wouldn't say it's likely. But they have some very good pitchers that they are throwing against us. But I know we can do it. We are playing 11 out of our last 12 games have been wins. That's incredible. And, we are staying hot. We're beating up on bad teams, and we're winning against good teams. I mean, that's how you play baseball. So let's talk about the first game. It's Pineda versus Gio Gonzalez. This is the one I'm going to call a loss again. I don't know the last time I gave Pineda a win. That's not saying that I don't trust Pineda. Okay, Pineda has done well in his last 3 starts. He's got a no decision and 2 wins. Granted, we scored 8 runs or more in those 2 wins. He has kept us in the ball game, and he hasn't done bad. Do I still have the confidence in him I have with Perez or Barrios or Gibson or Odorizzi? No. He lost 5 straight. He won the first 3 times that he pitched. Got 2 wins out of it. He started 2-0. But then lost 5 straight games that he pitched. I think, 3 of them were losses, obviously, with his 4-3 record. But the last 3 times he's pitched, no decision, win. I just don't know if I have the confidence in him, especially going up against a Milwaukee team like this. The next game is Perez versus Zack Davies. I have all the confidence in the world in Martin Perez, but Zack Davies, my goodness, he is a good pitcher. So I do think if we lose one, it would be tonight. And the reason being, Pineda he's good through the first, 2 times in the lineup. He's really good the first time. He's actually struggled more in the first time around the batting order than he has in the second and third, the last 2 starts. But statistically, he is good in the first, or good through the first time in the lineup. A little bit worse through the second time and pretty bad through the third time. But he's done well. I think if we get a lot of run support early, which we've been mashing the ball, if we get a lot of run support early, we can beat Gio Gonzalez. Now Perez, he's done very well. Like I said, in almost every time he pitched, he has blown me away with my expectations of him this year and his stats from last year and his previous years. He is probably one of my favorite guys in the clubhouse right now, and he is doing great things. But Zack Davies is going to be tough. So, again, if we can score early, mash the ball, I hope Cruz is back. I was hearing some things that Cruz might be back tonight, but I just hope they just mash the ball right away and let our bullpen work. Our bullpen, that's the last thing I want to talk about before I go into the matchups. The bullpen, we haven't really used them a lot. And we do have a tough series coming up here, or a couple of tough series. Struggling with my words there, but, Tampa Bay, Cleveland, Detroit, all the way. We're going to need our bullpen for those games. I have a feeling, granted, Barrios could still go 7 innings, and we have a great couple of 8 and 9 pitchers go out there. But what I want to see tonight, I don't even care if we use Pineda as the opener, but once he starts struggling, get him out of the game, let our bullpen work. Rogers threw 1 out in the last 4 games. I mean, Parker's gotten 1 inning. Morin's gotten 2. May's gotten 2. All these guys in the last, 3 or 4 games have not been needed. And like I said, we have blown the last 4 games. We have just blown them out of the water by almost double digits every time. 7 runs or so each time. Yep, 7 runs or more in the last 4 games. So we haven't needed our bullpen. So the minute Pineda struggles, I don't care if we have the lead or not, pull him, let our bullpen get some work, let them get comfortable back in there, and hopefully we can win the game. That's how we're going to win the game tonight is, get our offense going early, and once Pineda struggles, get the bullpen in there. Perez, same thing, but, I have a little bit more confidence in him. Get out early to, a couple run lead, 3 or 4 run lead. Perez, just go to work. He's been so good this year. Let him go to work. So let's go through the stats of Gio Gonzalez. He's got a 2.39 ERA, 2-1 record, 19 strikeouts, a whip of 1.1. Very good statistically. He was a free agent, I believe, coming into this year. I think I said I wanted him. He's done good. He's done very well. And I don't see why he wouldn't continue to do as well as he's been doing. I mean, he has faced some tough competition. He's only gone about 5 innings in each of his starts all this year. Like I said, he was a free agent, came into Milwaukee a little bit later than everybody else, but he lost his first start. He actually got the no decision in that start, but then won the next 3, got the no decision in the first one, then beat the Cubs 7-0, and beat Philly and in Chicago 5-2. And then he lost to Cincinnati 3-0. It's very crazy how baseball works, I know that. But, he's given up very few hits. Except for in the Philly, he gave up 7. In Philly, he gave up 7. Not a lot of runs. 3 was his most, and that was in the Cincinnati game. Other than that, he's done well. And like I said, if we can get out to an early lead, mix him up a little bit, then I think we'll do fine. But if he gets into a rhythm, Pineda, if he gets into a rhythm too, it's going to be a great pitching matchup. But if he doesn't, like statistics have shown, he'll start fading after the 3rd or 4th inning, then we might be in a little bit of trouble. But Gonzalez has done very well this year. I don't see why he wouldn't continue to do well. It's just going to depend on our bats, and our bats have been hot. I really have no idea if this will be a high-scoring series or a low-scoring series. Both pitchers are very good. So let's talk about Davies. Zack Davies, oh boy, he is pretty good. 2.4 ERA. 5-0 and 38 strikeouts. So let's go back to his last couple of games. He beat Cincinnati, gave a lot of runs and a lot of hits in this game. He only went 3 innings. Got the no decision because he didn't go 5, but they won the game. He gave up 6 hits on 6 runs, 6 earned runs, 2 home runs, only struck out 2, walked 1. Got the no decision for that. But that's why his ERA is so high. It's 2.4, right? It was 1.5 or lower since his first start of the year. He's only given up 2 runs maximum, other than his 6 earned runs that he gave up last time out. I mean, you're looking at teams in Philly, in Chicago, in St. Louis, at the Dodgers. That's crazy. Listen to who he's played. Chicago. At LA, versus LA, at St. Louis, versus Colorado, at the Mets, or versus the Mets, at the Cubs, at Philly. He has faced some tough teams in the division and with the Dodgers, and he's still 5-0. I mean, like I said, he's only given up 2 runs or less besides his last start. That's incredible. And I hope that we can get to him early. I mean, If it's the same thing like Cincinnati, and we get to him early, I think we'll be totally fine. But you get him into a groove. Perez gives up, 2 or 3 earned runs right away. Don't think that will happen. But if he does, we might be in a lot of trouble. So it's only a 2-game series, but we are facing some seriously good guys. This is very similar to the Mets series at the beginning of the year. We had to face DeGrom and Syndergaard. If we had anybody else, honestly, I think we could have swept them. But since we faced our 2 top pitchers, we lost one game. We destroyed DeGrom, and the other one we lost to Syndergaard. It happens. But it's very similar to this series. Only 2 games. We're facing... I don't know if Zack Davies is their ace or not, but he's like Perez in the 5 spot. Throwing a great year. And Gonzalez, I'm not saying they're, Syndergaard and DeGrom, but Gonzalez and Davies have done very well in their last couple of starts against very good teams. We're a good team, the best team in the majors. It's going to be tough, though. I hope we can win. I very much hope we can win, or at least split. I told you how we can sweep. I really think we'll split. We just cannot get swept. That's the thing. So that's all I got for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The vlog will be out in a couple of hours. I have that edited and ready to go. And also, shout out to Martin Perez. I tweeted at him today, and he responded. Thank you. That was awesome. I really appreciated that. So, shout out to Martin Perez. But I really do think that he will do well, regardless of my fandom for him tweeting at me. So, that's all I got for you today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you enjoyed it. Of course, we'll be back for the game review tonight. And, of course, the vlog a little bit later. So, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you later.